If you have mold in your home, it could be making you sick. Even worse, very few mold remediation companies know how to properly identify and remove mold from a home. So if you don't know what to look for, you could end up wasting hundreds to thousands of dollars on the wrong testing and remediation, missing many sources of contamination, and continue to have health issues while assuming your house is mold-free when it isn't. As a functional medicine practitioner, I work with many people who have mold illness, and I have to guide them through proper home testing and remediation. And I recently paid for an hour-long conversation with one of the top mold testing experts in the world and got a master class on all things mold testing and remediation.
We don't care whether the mold is alive or dead. It's not just the pathogenic concern that maybe mold can create, like aspergillosis in your lungs because you're immunocompromised. It's the inflammatory response to your mold, and that's an issue whether the mold's alive or dead.
In this video, I want to break down the top 5 critical mistakes I learned people make when testing and remediating their home for mold and what to do instead. This is the most up-to-date and evidence-based information that you need to know. So don't skip any steps and let's get started. Critical mistake number 1, not doing the right testing or no testing at all. Testing for mold is really tricky and involves many different variables. But for simplicity's sake, if you don't have obvious mold growth, that is mold growth that you can see, then it's useful to do an ERMI test, which stands for Environmental Relative Mold Index. This testing utilizes a technology called MSQPCR, or mold-specific quantitative polymerase chain reaction. This is a fancy way of saying that this test is probing for the presence of mold DNA. Samples are taken from different areas of your home, and you get a printout of the different types and quantity of mold present. This helps you determine if mold is actually present in too high of a quantity and if you have to do more digging. If you do have obvious mold present, this is where you need a professional to come in. They should not only look at the obvious mold growth, but for the source of exposure creating that mold growth. For instance, if you have a leak around a window that's creating mold growth, you need to dig deeper than the superficial growth that you can see. This could include getting a cavity sample where you drill a hole into the wall and an air sample is taken to see if there is mold growth behind the wall. The point is, you can't just look at an area and know how deep the contamination goes. It's often just the starting point. Critical mistake number 2, not doing a comprehensive inspection. Building on number 1, you need to do a visual inspection of all the common areas mold can grow. This includes places like your crawl space and basement, any area with a history of water damage, any area with plumbing, water heaters, your AC, your HVAC system, windows, and bathrooms. Essentially, any place moisture is likely to be found. Critical mistake number 3, not remediating properly. Now, I'm going to upset a lot of people, but there are 2 types of remediation that are most effective. Number 1 is superficial cleaning. This is done solely in areas where mold growth is superficial and most likely from condensation, such as the bathroom. This can be cleaned with a simple soap and water solution and a microfiber towel. Nothing more is needed. Number 2 is removal. If you have mold growth that's more than superficial, it needs to be removed. No chemical will work for 2 reasons. Number 1, while chemicals can kill mold, your body can still have an inflammatory response to the dead mold particulates. Number 2, chemicals are not effective to penetrate walls and kill the mold within those walls, which means you have to remove all of the affected areas until there is no more mold or moisture detected. Number 4, not fixing the source of damage. Just because you remove the mold affected area doesn't mean it won't come back if you didn't fix the problem that caused it. So you would need to fix any leaky pipes, debris, windows, or areas of the house that have high humidity. This is why I'm a huge proponent of using a whole house dehumidifier in homes that are constantly above a humidity of 55%. And if you don't know the humidity within your home, you can purchase a cheap hygrometer to monitor those levels. They are really cheap and they are effective. Critical mistake number 5, not keeping up with home hygiene. Even if you did everything perfectly, you still need to stay on top of things to make sure that your home doesn't sustain water damage in the future. This means doing things like cleaning your home weekly, even if this is just breaking your home up into different zones and cleaning one zone every week. Getting your HVAC system and evaporator coil inspected annually, and cleaning vegetation around your home, since vegetation can lead to water buildup and flooding around areas like your crawl space, your basement, and your windows. Now, these are just some high-level things that you need to know, but proper testing and remediation still requires professional help. One of the best sources to finding local testing and remediation companies is the acac.org website. And on that website, you're looking for somebody who has a certification like a CCIEC, which is a Council Certified Indoor Environmental Consultant, a CMI, which is a Council Certified Microbial Inspector, or a CMC, which is a consultant. And of course, if you believe you are dealing with a mold-related illness, remediating your home is just one of many steps that you need to take to get better, but it's an essential step.